after being in New England for a long time, and you know how demanding it is to play there. And I just remember saying, could you imagine feeling like this and the team sucking? Because the only way you can put up with it is because we always won.
That place has to be fucking miserable right now.
I don't envy anybody.
Okay, welcome to the Untucked Show. I'm Josh Miller, flanked by Dan Klecko. Steve Gostkowski has the first portion of the show off. Ryan Lutz in the house, Brock Baranowski's in the house, Caleb Steele Miller's here, and yes, as always, producer Ryan is spinning records in the back. Absolutely a wonderful day. Man, I got one of those phone calls today. I had a phone call today. You guys are going to love this story. This is an unbelievable one. So
we're starting with this?
We're starting with this. I couldn't wait for this show to start because this is one of those things where are you kidding me moments. And as a parent, you just kind of, you get the call, you fear the worst, and then it turns out okay, and you're relieved, and now you're like, okay, I got to tell the world this one. So this is what happens today. So I get a phone call from my son. Cal, hey, listen, if you're in any danger of any sorts, any emergencies, don't lie, always talk to me, come to me. I wear many hats. Don't go to your mother. This is one who you come to me. He calls me. He says, Dad, my car got stolen. I'm like, holy cow. Okay, that's awful, right? That's. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you sure it got stolen? Absolutely. I'm in classes. I'm coming back out. I go right outside. My car's gone. I walk around the parking lot. It's nowhere to be found. I'm like, okay, let's think about this, son. The fraternity side, maybe someone's playing a joke on you. Maybe, is there any possibility of that? He's like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to ask. He calls this guy. Hey, is this in your playbook? Do you guys do this shit? Hey, that's not us. He's like, Dad, I'm screwed. The car got stolen. I'm like, okay, this is what you have
Dad,
to do.
I'm fucked.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're trying to limit the F-bombs, but no, you're absolutely right, son. So he calls, he's like, Dad, I'm fucked. Right? So I'm like, all right, let's call your mother, get all your insurance, get everything you need. You got to make a report. This is why you have insurance. And I always tell you, if you could write a check, it's not a problem. So just relax. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. It sucks. Not the end of the world.
Just a car.
Sure enough. Okay. Hangs up, gets the insurance. My wife calls me as if the world's fucking falling apart. Why is it always me? I'm like, it's not you. You have your car in the driveway. Cal doesn't. So it's not you. Well, I have to handle it. So we're going back and forth. She's doing her spiral fucking fall. I'm trying to, bring her back to life. I get a call back from Cal. Police are here. It's interesting. They found it. What do you mean they found it, son? Well, there's 3 cop cars that rolled up. I gave the description. The guy's like, there it is. Cal, please tell us what happened and how that went down.
Oh, no.
So I have the Life 360 app because I'm supposed to. And basically, I went exactly to where it said it was. And I don't always park on that side of the school. So I was like, shit, I'm not familiar. I always have my one spot, but I went to the other side. And I go over there. I come back out 2 hours later, and my car was not where it said it was. So I walked around for 20 minutes, and your idea of calling everybody absolutely crushed me, because once I found out it wasn't, I got smoked for that. But basically...
Then just remember where you fucking park so that doesn't have to happen.
Wait. No one moved it. Nothing happened. You just forgot where you parked it.
As if he was in school for a week.
Right.
Fucking school still just an hour, right? But please, finish. So tell the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I call who I had to call, and they get the people, we're talking, and they're like, well, this doesn't really happen often. I'm like, well, it happened today. And I'm like, I know for a fact exactly where I was, exactly what they did. So they're like, all right, we're going to drive around, try to find it. And I'm telling him we're talking about shit. And then they're like, oh, it's over here. Hop in. And I was like, low-key thinking to myself, I was like, fuck, I wish it got stolen. Because, this is a bad look now. And then I'm talking to him. I'm like, damn, this is kind of embarrassing. I should have found it.
How many cars rolled up?
3.
Well, so you were your first instinct was to follow the app that tells you where you parked your own car? That was like
he
your
couldn't
gut
think
instinct.
back. He's not. I can't remember an hour ago.
No, I mean that was literally what you led with. You led with like what was the app you called Life 360? What is it?
First
A
of
Life
all,
360? What is this app?
It is a massive parking lot. Like, it's like a bigger parking lot than probably anything you've ever seen. And
I don't know.
That's pretty big.
I've
seen a lot of pretty big parking lots. You ever been to a football game before?
it's
It's not like you went to a
like,
soccer
bigger.
game in Europe. I mean, you went to you're on Florida State campus. I mean, it's a. But yes, please. So did you call 911?
Oh my
Yeah, I did.
I'm an idiot.
Just wrapped up math class. Can't find my car.
Did you notice them checking your eyes and your breath and breathalyzer or anything like
Did they
that?
make you walk in a straight line at like 2 PM on a Tuesday today?
So the first cop car rolls up. He said, "You're sitting there holding your pocketbook, your purse, and you're like, you wave him down. You're like, yeah, I'm the guy who called 911. I can't find my car.
I was holding my school backpack,
Okay,
not my purse, but yeah. Then
You
basically,
extravagant
we're
human
chopping
being
up.
you
I'm telling him all my details and everything. Then whenever we get to the car, he's like, "No, like this gave us a lot of excitement today." And I was like, "Well, I'm glad, Paul Blart." And then just fucking hopped in there.
You called him Paul Blart.
Wait, you're mad at him?
You're making fun of him?
No, I mean, I thought that. I just thought that.
yeah, but if you heard what you were saying, that would have been hilarious.
No, yeah, I couldn't do it. He was a nice guy. But, yeah, it was a bad moment. It was embarrassing. 3 cop guys were just like...
I thought it was at least going to be like it was towed. It was just towed or something. Like something that was like, oh, you just didn't think about that. But you just literally didn't remember where you got out of the car before.
But I did remember.
It was you who
and
drove
that's
the
what
car
I'm
there,
thinking.
right?
It was. I think somebody just moved it.
See, that's what that happens actually a lot on campuses. People break into cars and then move them into different parking spots.
Yeah. Did you leave your keys in the car?
How long? What was the time between getting out of your car and then you looking for it? I mean, are we talking a couple days or a week, son?
We're talking
Like the airport? You forget what AB or AC?
10:54 to 2:10.
Oh, so it was the same day. It was like
A few hours
This-
later.
lunch,
This
before and
was
after
today.
lunch.
This was today.
And let me tell you one of the greater comments that came out of this, because he just told me about losing the car. And then he says this to me. Oh, and then, I also have, the $100 bill in case of emergency. So that was in there too. Oh my God. All right. So if you can pick one of the two things you can get back, what are you rooting for? He's just like, oh yeah. And the $100 bill from emergencies, that's in there. So that's gone. So you lost your car and your little emergency stash. That's
'cause
hilarious,
you thought,
bro.
Oh, you thought that was
I mean, look, it's hilarious for us. It's fucking hysterical.
they took my $100 inside the car too.
Yeah,
Damn it.
y'all must have forgot. I almost did a fucking backflip today because it was $2 tacos on campus for Tuesday. Like, it's struggling. Like, it's time to struggle out here. Like, that $100 safety net, I thought it was fucking gone.
It's like the episode of Seinfeld whenever the guy steals his car and he calls the car phone like, "Hey, did you steal my car?" It's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I'm in it.
Cal's calling himself like, "Hey, where'd you leave your car?"
It's like he'd almost be relieved if the car was stolen, but somehow the guy just under a rock left the 100. Yeah, and a note. Hey, I'm not as big a dick as you think. Here's your emergency 100, but I got the car. You'd be relieved. Fucking,
Can you drop off that $100 bill for me?
I didn't even believe it when it got stolen. He called me. He's like, "Hey, Dad, my car got stolen." I'm like, "All right, let's relax. I mean, look around, Cal. Are you sure you checked everywhere? You gave me. You said you took the walk. You did your thing." I said, "Are you sure?" You took the walk, and they found it. But again, that's a hilarious story to me. I've never heard anything like that.
The most fucked up part about it, though, and like embarrassment for me. Well, I guess that might be up there too, but it was nowhere close to where I thought I parked, and I was just like, "Damn, like maybe I need to get off my phone more."
We got to get you home.
Eyes up.
Yeah, we got to help you.
No, but I'm not this guy. Like I'm not a this guy, but it just.
Hey, well, at least we know that Florida tax dollars are being well spent.
Yeah.
Those guys earn their paycheck today.
Yeah,
hey, cars over there, Cal.
Police force out
I
there.
wasn't even going to say this, but then directly after, I was reversing it and knocked something off the top of my car. I shouldn't probably even have said that.
Oh my God, this is the greatest.
All right, we're going. Let's move on to the NFL. Now let's take our time with the NFL.
The Steelers.
No, F the
Why?
Steelers. Well, I will say this though, the AFC North, it looks on paper like they got the best division. I mean,
Aren't
right
they
now
all in the playoffs right now?
Every
They
team's
all
in the
are.
playoffs right
they're on
now.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, but all right, let's just take baby steps. And Klecko, Josh
Yes.
McDaniels getting fired. Talk to me about that move. Talk about obviously the process. You had Matt Patricia, you had Charlie Weiss, Eric Mangini, Josh McDaniels twice, Romeo. What happens when they leave that tree and they go places?
I don't even think it's the tree. I think it's each passing day that Tom Brady is out of the league, we realize how great he was. That's the biggest thing. But I think the biggest shock for me was like, look, we all knew Josh, in that locker room. Good dude, funny guy, one of the guys, when
Good
I
ping
was
pong
there,
player.
right? Like when I was there, he was one of the boys, right? To hear the stories that come out of the locker room now, like how fucking relieved the whole team is that he's gone. Yeah. Hey, we can just be ourselves again. We could just play. AP's got us. Like he must have been a total dickhead, right? Like just the way he was running that whole thing. I'm shocked because I thought this is actually going to be one of the years that they, stepped up, made the playoffs, gave the Chiefs a run. I could not have been more wrong about that one. I mean, just the stories you hear coming out of there, to me, are the most shocking because I could never in a million years thought that was Josh. Never.
And you would have thought he learned from the first time he went out and didn't have success and came back in. He's like, okay, I learned my lesson. I'm not Belichick. I can't go in there and demand this type of – I can't be it's not cute to be an ass when you don't win anything on your own. Like Belichick got away with it. And we know now a lot of it had to do with Brady, but still Belichick has the cachet, and you understand it's a tight ship. But you're right. Hearing the Raiders talk, and they're talking about, oh my God, it's like a piano lifted off my back. Now everyone could just play, not look over their shoulders. It's just amazing to me why you can't go somewhere and learn from the past, right? You can't go in there and demand. You can't be an asshole anymore today in any coaching facility, in any position. You can't. You have to learn how to deal with people. And yet he goes out there and tries to be, again, Belichick on that whole, demanding kind of like zero tolerance, short leash, look over your shoulder, the pressure, everything's at gunpoint. I mean, everything, the same thing in New England. Again, same thing. When I went to New England, as I said this a million times, every single coach's room had a raft in there blown up, and you think there's a swim thing around the corner, but it's because they spend the nights there. Right. Everyone had a tight ass, from coaches all the way down to the players. It was acceptable because it made you raise the bar, and it was exhausting. It was like, if you played 1 year in New England, it was like playing 6 years in the league, stress-wise.
Like
it really was.
Yeah, but it was, it's funny, like, I guess these coaches just have to do it their own way when they get in there, and I guess that's what he thought was right. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, when Sirianni first started in Philadelphia, and he, they were like 1-2 or 1-3, and they weren't doing great. And he brought out a picture of a flower pot, and he was like, "You watch this thing will bloom." And everyone's like, "Oh my God, this fucking guy's crazy! Like he's never going to make it." But like, just these guys have to go in and have their own style and adapt to the players. And you're right, Josh. The players nowadays are totally different, right? They're worried about a brand. They're worried about having fun. They aren't worried about winning. It's not really like that anymore. Now, winning happens along the way if you're good, but I mean, you have to adapt to today's player and kind of just being loose and free and having fun in the NFL now, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Miami. You can see how the players like him. You look at obviously the Steelers. I mean, Tomlin, hasn't been in the playoffs in 7 years or whatever the hell, or seven.
Right.
But yet, every time someone, who do you want to play for? It's Tomlin. Detroit. You see on Twitter, you see all the play. You want to play for a guy like that. That just emotional, kind of takes everyone, it's a family type feel and atmosphere as opposed to gunpoint and stress. All right. Now, again, there's a lot we have to talk about with the NFL. So we're slowly getting into everything. We touch on Josh McDaniels. That's great. Let's just slightly talk about Dallas and Miami. And Red Ryan, I know you're going to appreciate this because this requires numbers. When you look at the Dolphins and you say, holy shit, look what they could do. The first concern was, can they make it a whole season with 5 Ferraris? Everybody, the slightest little nick and they're down. But I just checked this out and you got me thinking numbers and looking into things. They lost to Buffalo, Philly, KC. So instantly you're like, can they win the big game? And then you look at who they won, who they beat. A combination of 12 wins, 30 losses for the teams. You had the Chargers that are 4-4, New England 2-7, Denver 3-5. You had the Giants 2-7, Carolina's 1-7, and then New England again. So I asked, can Miami can they win the big games? Are they good enough to go deep into the playoffs? Or, I mean, and again, obviously, they don't want to travel outside their own stadium because then that requires wind, elements, and all the other things. So what are your thoughts on Miami, Red Ryan?
I mean, you guys, I mean, I've been very clear about how big of a truther I was about that team all season. And, like, I saw that stat, too. I mean, so it's 3 teams. So what's the stats? Like, they're 0-3 against winning teams. They're 6-0 against losing teams. I mean, the only thing that they're good for in my mind at this point is just potentially team totals, overs. But, I mean, honestly, even then, they're not scoring. I mean, they're like against the Chiefs. Obviously, I'm overall just generally sick of the overseas games, but I mean, they had to come back. It wasn't even like that close, right? I mean, they had a chance there at the end, and I don't know what that ball that Tua threw was, but that was tough. But overall, I mean, they're really not competing with the good teams. So take their overs against the bad teams. I mean, fade them again. Maybe not fade them, but just leave it alone on the big games. But yeah, they're definitely not, in my opinion, able to win those big games and contend in the playoffs.
And Klecko, what about Dallas? They lost to Arizona, San Fran, and Philly. Arizona, don't know how that happened, but it happened. And then obviously San Fran, Philly. Is Dallas for real in your eyes?
I don't know if they're. I don't think they're quite as big of pretenders as Miami. I don't. I think they do have some more horses, but the other.
Did you say contenders or pretenders?
I don't think there's bigger pretenders. I think they're more of a contender than Miami. Right?
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. I think their biggest thing is coaching, right? You watch McCarthy and his kind of situational awareness in games. I think that's where he hurts them. Look, they're 5 yards away or a sack away from winning that game on Sunday night, right? They almost beat the Eagles, right? They are in these games, but I think these two teams, until they can prove to you that they can step up and win in these big moments. I mean, look, Dallas, where do they go? 10-7, 11-6 every year, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden they get to the playoffs and they piss down their leg. It's just one of those teams that when the bright lights come on, they don't perform.
Are we worried about San Francisco? I know they obviously lost 3 in a row. Debo's been down, so they've been on the bye week.
And Trent Williams.
Yeah, that's right. And so that if they had a bye week, so they used it very well. They got Chase Young. They picked him up for nothing. For I don't know what they picked him up for, but a good use of the bye week. Are we worried about San Francisco? Do you look at Brock and say, okay, maybe this is on him? Is it they have the defense? So where are you with San Francisco when you look at being a pretender or contender? I like that. We'll go pretender, contender.
I still think they're a contender, right? I think you're missing 2 huge pieces, right? The best left tackle and maybe the best toy in football, right? In Deebo Samuel. I mean, right. Purdy has not played bad in these situations. They've just lost these games, right? They lost to Cincinnati. I forget who else they lost to, but they lost to the Browns. But I still, like you said, they have that defense. I think they'll be just fine. I think I think Shanahan's a hell of a coach, a hell of an offensive mind. I think they'll be just fine.
Short sleeve hoodie man.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Nothing. Just had a huge 4th and 5th grade basketball practice. I mean, it was really good.
You're coming in like TV Mike from Willy Wonka.
A lot of box out drills, a lot of bounce passes. All the white boy stuff.
Fundamental ball.
Fundamental ball.
Smart ball.
You have them pressing
ball.
Full court press?
You can only press in like the second half.
That's
deep
when you learn.
How deep's your bench?
We only have like 7 players, so not very.
Dude, the art of the triple threat, the bounce, the pass, the shot. Are you kidding me?
The rip, rip and go. It was nice.
Give me that back, dude. Church league basketball. Oh,
church league basketball.
Give me. I'm a quiet 8-man coming into the shooting guard, chucking it from the hip. Oh, come on, let's
CYO
go.
basketball.
Golly. That's
we're knee deep in the in some good football talk, Gotti. We were just talking about Josh McDaniels. What do you remember about Josh McDaniels as like the cool coach when you met him, and then what do you think he's trying to do when he leaves the locker room and goes into head coach mode, as did Patricia, Charlie Weiss, Mangini, and the others?
That's tough. I mean, I only get so much interaction with those guys, and I think all of us were blessed to play with Tom and Bill and have a part of their success. And I think we all probably, when we were there, thought we were better than we really were.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's tough. I think all I know is I play for Bill and Mike Vrabel. And when both those guys walk into a room, everybody shuts up. And then maybe I just don't get that same feeling from those other guys. But
Yeah,
I don't know if that's just
you can't
because
force it. You can't force that, right? It's one of those things. Even day one, when I met Vrabel, when he was a fucking rookie, I was a rookie when he was a rookie. We came in together, and when I came from years of not playing and then the CFL, so our age matched up that way playing wise. So when I met him, I literally thought he was a 5-year guy already. I was blown away. He's walking around doing crossword puzzles, had a pencil behind his ear. He would be in the locker room. He'd be in the equipment room, just laying down, just kind of doing his crossword. He just had a different vibe and demanded a lot of, not demanded, he just got it. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of those cats that he doesn't have to force it.
I'll say this, Josh. I just remember talking, you probably weren't there. You probably was after you were gone, but after being in New England for a long time, and you know how demanding it is to play there. And I just remember saying, could you imagine feeling like this and the team sucking? Because the only way you can put up with it is because we always won. And then
right.
I can't imagine being in that locker room, what it's like.
That place has to be fucking miserable right
Miserable.
now. Miserable.
I don't envy anybody.
I don't know how true this is, but there was a report today, I forget who it was from, that said if they don't win, they're playing over in Europe this year. They're playing over in Germany. If they don't win, he might not survive the week. I have a tough time believing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way Germany? The NFL is now, but I don't know. I hate to see Bill go out like this. I'd like to see him turn around here, or if he does get let go somewhere else and shove it in their face. That'd be pretty sweet too.
That would be lethal if they fired Bill when he was in Germany. Just like, hey man, international firing, you're done.
Over international waters, they'll fucking fire him.
You're in Frankfurt, pal. Go for a trip. Go for a trip. Thanks for your service.
Enjoy some sauerkraut. Stay here for a while.
Klecko, you can't honestly think that rumor's true, can you?
I don't know. Dude, it has looked so bad for 3 years. It has looked like shit for 3 years.
It's bad.
That's like the Tiger Woods story there with his girlfriend. He broke up with her by her going on the plane, going on a vacation, and he changed the locks. What if that's what Robert Kraft does to Bill? Like, hey man,
the key card doesn't work on Monday.
This was fun, dude, but you're not coming on the plane home.
Barish will give him a heads up, and he ain't going anywhere.
There's
no.
The question is, if Bill gets let go, does Bear stay?
No.
Can't.
No, he follows him. He's like that. And no disrespect, I know this sounds bad, but you know that little fish that hangs underneath the fucking shark all the time that just kind of eats scraps. I don't want to say it's not a sucker fish, but there's that fish that everywhere that the great white goes, he's there. Yeah, that's what that is. All right, we're knee deep in the football. Ravens. Go ahead, Klex.
It's via the Boston Globe.
Okay, that's legit.
So, based on my conversations, I don't think it's 100% that Bill Belichick finishes out the season. It's linked to the Boston Globe. It does not have a name to it, but that's who it's reported by.
No sources, no truth.
Maybe Bill's trying to get fired. Maybe he wants to go somewhere else.
He might have planted that little rumor.
Hey, I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
All right, fuck. I mean, he's already 3 moves. He already has his next job. He already has somehow the kid from USC going there. You watch how he lands on his feet. He's like a fucking
It's
cat.
like any given Sunday when fucking what's his name quits.
Exactly.
Fucking De Niro, not De Niro.
Al Pacino?
Al Pacino quits and goes and takes Steamin' Willie Beeman with him.
Hell yeah. What if he goes like LA and he starts like slicking his hair back, like wearing suits to the game? That'd be tight.
Looking like Pacino.
I'll tell you what, though, if Belichick ever wore a suit out to a game, that's his last time. Because that's one of those things he'll be like, I have always wanted to do this one time in my career. Okay, I did it. Now I'm done.
Remember
and he'll talk to the media for as long as they
in
want. He'll do everything the opposite.
What a fucking dork.
Wait, is this why you're wearing a short sleeve hoodie right now, Gotti? Because of Bill? I mean, he was the one who normalized that look for me.
This is just the comfy way to rock, bro.
Whenever he would have like the V-neck, it'd be like torn, and he'd have that's
well, he's got holes all in it. He looks like he hasn't slept in 9 days.
All right, so let's discuss now. We're talking about the Ravens. I'm looking at them. I like what I see with the Ravens. Give me input on your Raven thoughts. They're allowing 13.8 points a game. Forget about offense and all the weapons that they have. Defensively, they're starting to play pretty good ball.
That was my AFC pick in the beginning of the year. I mean, look, underrated, maybe top 3 coach in the league. I love Lamar Jackson. Like you said, that defense is coming back together now, even with all the injuries in the secondary. Get the fuck out of here. They are going to be unbelievable.
Absolutely manhandled Detroit, Seattle. Those are two division leaders at the point. Combined score of 75-9. I mean, when healthy, the Ravens as good as anybody.
Doesn't Geno Smith just suck, though? I feel like we give him too much credit. I feel like he's just not good.
I don't think he sucks. I think he's a quality.
No disrespect.
Yeah,
no,
right.
none taken, I'm sure.
Yeah,
all due
sorry,
respect. Dude. But, you know, I think he's a good quality starter in the NFL. Look, I don't think he's a top 15 guy, top 10 guy, but, you know, he gets you some
top 32.
He makes all the throws you need. He's not going to do like a 30-yard out on the sidelines, back shoulder to a degree. He could throw a good long ball. He can get out of trouble with his feet, and he keeps plays alive. And the guys around him know how to find the soft spots, and he finds them because he keeps plays alive. I mean, he does everything enough, and if they have a defense and he stays healthy, they got a shot. And the Eagles, you know, I love all these teams. You see San Francisco dropping 3. You got a few. The Bills. What the hell's going on with the Bills stumbling over themselves? You saw what happened in Cincy getting out. The Eagles have done nothing but been steady Eddie, and I kid you not. I mean, I don't see the praise that they deserve.
Not even a little bit. Not even they're 8-1.
Why is that? Like, why is that? Because it's not sexy enough?
Yeah, because it hasn't been, you know, what they look like.
Nobody likes the people from Philly, outside of Philly.
That's fair.
Probably true too. Yeah, it's fair.
Same thing. No one likes in the New England either.
Right, but
that's also fair.
8-1 and haven't played their best game yet. Look the fuck out.
No, they're good.
Totally agree with that. It doesn't make sense. That bothers me. And what about Jacksonville? Are we anybody believing in Jacksonville? Do you like what they're doing? Yeah. I mean, they're 6-2. They haven't lost an away game. I mean, on the road, they're troopers. The next 3 out of 4 games are at home. They're going to end up with a pretty good record and a good situation to be in. Do we like them, though, and can they beat a real team?
You got to keep Calvin out of the sports book. Keep him out.
He's been absolutely
keep him out of the Ninos.
In fucking fantasy. He's been killing me. But, yeah, I mean, again, another good coach. Look, the NFL comes down to coaching, right? Fucking Doug Peterson's a great coach. I was shocked when they fired him here.
Where are you with the Bengals?
The AFC is so close, too, though. I think home field's going to play a lot in the playoffs, and I think health, obviously, is going to play a lot. I mean, the way Joe Burrow's playing, I have a hard time betting against the Bengals. My pick is the Chiefs or the Bengals, but I haven't seen enough of the Ravens. Just watching Joe Burrow, he's like Tom Brady 2.0. He
feels like it, yeah. And he's coming back into shape now after his calf. He looks good. I mean, look, the Bills cannot beat him. I don't care where it's at, what the weather conditions are. They cannot beat him.
Did you see that comment he made, too? They were like, what can you do now that you couldn't do before? There was one word: run. Oof. I mean, it sent the QB rushing prop shivers down my spine. Absolutely. Let's go, Joe.
And walk me through Detroit. I mean, they can chew up the clock. They're average 100. I don't know what they're averaging on the ground, but they take over long drives. They're what's their record? 6-2. There's some games you thought they should win that they didn't. But again, looking at Detroit, how it's winding up right now, are they a serious team?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to win the division, right?
That doesn't mean anything. The Steelers might win the division. They suck.
Okay.
No disrespect.
I'll shut the fuck up and shove my head up my ass. What do you think of that? You just ask me for my opinion and then tell me who cares about your opinion.
Yeah, wrong opinion.
What do you think, Josh? Let me hear yours.
No, I want to hear what you think.
Wrong.
No, but sorry, you're telling me Detroit can win 2 playoff games?
No, look. There's the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Eagles, probably San Francisco before it's all said and done, right? And then there's everyone else, right? There's Jacksonville, like we talk about. There's Detroit that we talk about, and I think Baltimore's in that top class too. But after that, then you just have tough-nosed teams that are going to make the playoffs. They're going to look good, but again, I don't think they're ready to beat Chiefs, Bengals, Ravens, Eagles, Niners. I don't think they're ready to beat those teams.
I agree. And I agree. Gotti, did you open up by saying the AFC is a lot better than NFC, in your opinion?
That is my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. You look at the bottom half of the playoffs right now, if it started. Vikings are the Vikings, the Saints, Seattle. Those are 3 teams making the playoffs that I just don't think have a chance in the
Hey,
playoffs.
we should give a shout out to Joshua Dobbs though. The guy didn't even know his teammates. He went up there, and that was awesome. That was a pretty cool
Dude,
story
that
there.
poor fuck has had to move teams twice in 6 months. Like,
It just shows you all those meetings they have are overrated. You can just tell them to play before they go out there.
He was learning the snap count
Like
like
high school.
30 seconds before he took his first snap.
he
Of
literally.
course, you see the Steelers got rid of him in like 20 minutes.
Hey, I mean, I was just upset I couldn't get a rushing prop on him. He went out there, he came in as a backup, and he still hit his over on what it would have been as a starter.
Dude,
Guy's a legend.
something points. Like, are you?
He was
kidding
out
me?
at the high school I coached at, working out all summer. I saw him up there a bunch. That bald head you could see from a mile away.
Well, he has alopecia,
Beautiful, too.
Steven.
Huh?
He has alopecia, Steven.
It looks good on him.
There was a Vikings fan who was just shaving his eyebrows. Like, this is Joshua Dobbs season.
Let me ask you this question. All right, so when you watch bad, awful games and you decide to go through it, you try to get something out of it. So I'm watching Washington. Sam Howell, pretty damn good quarterback. Like I like him. I like him a lot. I know he made a bonehead INT there. I know I saw that, but I'm saying as far as where I think he's going to be, I think he's going to be a great quarterback, not a good one.
Wow.
I think he's going to be a great quarterback in this league.
That's
Honestly, the
better or worse than
where
Geno
did he go?
Smith?
North Carolina? Is that where he went?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. Or C.J. Stroud, I'm not even sold on him. I know he had 470 and 5 touchdowns.
He's a fucking MVP of the league right now.
I'm just saying, I promise you, Sam will be better than C.J. Stroud. I'll bet any amount
I'll
right
bet
now.
that. Okay, what do you want to bet?
Promise?
Let's bet
I'll
Cal's
take all
car.
those bets. We'll see who has a better NFL career. Who wants in on that? Brock, you winning on that?
100% I want to
Making
know
a
that.
promise you can't keep there, Josh.
Yeah.
It's bad manners. It's bad manners.
Yeah,
Why
like
can't I keep that? Where am I going?
In 12 years, do we come
I
back
was
to
saying,
this?
you said you
I
promised.
didn't say
so
12
you're
years. I
wrong.
said in 2 years.
All right, 2
You said
years.
who has a better career?
You did say career.
Yeah,
I didn't
years.
say it's a career.
We'll just check in like once every 10
I didn't
years.
lose my fucking car. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah,
Oh, God, he
absolutely.
missed that.
Oh, Jesus, God, you got to hear
I'll
that
listen
story.
back.
It's so good.
Cal parked his car, forgot where he parked it. Cops had to show up. He thought it was
Called
stolen.
911. 3 cars comes up. Calls me. Says, "Dad, my car got stolen." I call my wife, who goes into the death spiral of life. So why me? Why us? Why does this always happen? And
over
then
there.
suddenly,
over
Cal
there.
gives a description of the car. The guy's like, "There it is."
Sorry, it was just parked in the Seminole lot. My bad.
He said that someone got in his car and moved it and then parked it further away from where he actually parked it before, which I thought was the best part of it.
So they technically stole it for a little bit.
Gotti, you don't even understand how big this parking lot was, dude. It was so big.
It was the biggest
Do
parking
you
lot
not have
you've
one of
ever
those
seen.
keys that goes boop boop?
No, he's got an app. He's got an app. Don't worry.
I was pressing it.
It
was
sounded
gone.
like an app. It sounded like an app that you'd have like for an old person. Whenever they fall down, they press a button, they get the 911 shows up.
Let's go back to that. You said you looked at your 360. Isn't
Yeah,
that
I mean,
on your
that blew
phone
my
that you're
mind.
holding?
Yeah.
So you're like looking at where it is, and you're like, it should be where I'm standing because you're holding your phone. It's not like I don't understand that. You don't have. How's that connected to the car with your 360 if it's on your cell phone?
I'm just sitting here. Like,
I'll break this down for you
he's
very
like-
simply. It tracks everywhere you go. So whenever I parked, it tracked where I walked into the school. So I went to where I walked from into the school to there, and it wasn't there. And there was actually only one open parking spot right there. And I was like, I parked right here, sir.
in that massive parking lot, you remember the exact spot.
Yes.
Just say
That's what
again.
Life
Just
360 told me.
We-
give me
we-
word for word what your 911 call was. That's the first
Oh.
time you ever called 911.
Yes, it was. I was just like,
You're blocked.
hello. I was like,
They asked you,
Hello?
"What's your emergency?"
I know I said it's not an emergency, but it's definitely an inconvenience, and I don't know who else to call. So I'm calling you guys, and she's like, all right, what's up? And then I told her,
Did you get her number?
Amazing.
Amazing.
they're
Anyway,
like, all right, we're gonna follow you onto the school police, bud. And I was like, all right.
We
All right.
paused over something pretty important there. You were like, you have an app that just follows you everywhere you go. Is it like a school
yeah, my
mandated
kids
thing?
have it on them.
Is it a
It's
school
like on
thing?
their
What is it?
phones. It tells
It's
you
one of those
everything.
things so the mom could always see where their kid is, and they can say, why are you at Bill's house when you say you were at Mike's house, or it's
Thank
one of those
God my
things.
dad didn't
We
have
can
this
put
when I
some
was
jingle
growing up.
bells around your neck, Cal, so you don't get lost. We got this.
Fucking collar like a dog.
Gotti and Klecko, what are your pet peeves? It's been 2 weeks, so I'm sure it's been stacked up.
Gotti, you want to go first? You want me to fire?
I'll go. Well, I was playing about this last night. When I open up my ESPN app, it's every women's sport before you get to the men's sport. I don't want this to come off as sexist.
No, we'll get there in a little bit when we talk about the women's NBA. But go ahead. But,
I mean, I'm looking at all these college basketball scores. I'm like, why the fuck did this team beat somebody by 80? And I'm like, oh, this is women's. And like, I'm like trying to check the score of the Monday night game, and it shows like, LSU women's basketball score. And like, everybody wants to find the NFL score. Even the women that basketball game want to know the NFL score.
Right. It's so
and it's just
annoying.
Like, and like, look, I like watching some women's sports. I love like women's soccer. I'll watch like the Final Four. But I can't stand it when people try to shove stuff in your face. Just give us, like, you don't want to go to a Journey concert and then play 5 songs I never heard. Give us the hits, and if we want to keep looking, we'll keep looking.
I would rather watch my 10-year-old soccer game lose 6-0 than watch anything girls sports. I just can't do it. I just don't get it. What is?
Way to sugarcoat that.
I don't.
We should get Sarah back on the show.
Speaking of women's sports, did you see that thing in Massachusetts? The field hockey.
Oh, the girl got her teeth knocked out.
Yeah. So if in Massachusetts, if they don't have a guys sport, the guys can play on the girls team.
Oh no!
And a guy ripped a shot, shattered a girl's teeth, and now everyone's up in arms about it.
Oh, you knew this is all it was going to take, right? It was something like this. It's fucking ridiculous. Enough. I can't.
So are we officially saying we were not excited about LSU getting upset in the women's game the other day against Colorado? Huge upset.
I'm about to walk off. I'm telling you.
Why can't we bet on women's? We're trying so hard to bet on NFL football, which is almost next to impossible. Because Red Ryan, I know this is your space. This is what you do. You look at your pie chart of hours in on looking at analytics. It's very hard. What about the women's side, though? As Gotti mentioned, these girls are blowing out teams by 50. I can't imagine the play across the board is equal. Why don't we bet on women's basketball and make a killing?
Listen, there's a lot of money to be made in women's college basketball, like women's NBA. The beauty of women's sports, especially in college basketball, is it's quarters and not halves. So you have 4 individual quarters you can bet, and usually the best teams come out super hot. I got a buddy from college who's borderline addicted to every single basketball game you can bet on. So he got really into women's basketball. And honestly, you can make a lot of money on it, but nobody watches it. And I bet you that more people see the scores on ESPN from the women's. I bet it's probably 100-1 than people who actually watch those games. It's got to be, right?
I'd rather bet on something and win than watch something and lose, though. I mean, we're talking about making dollars. We're putting we're trying to build a vacation out of our betting. We should be looking at women's hoops. What are spreads, over-unders? If Lakeisha's supposed to put 30 in, I promise you she'll get 30 in. If Denise is going to have 5 steals, I'm pretty sure she's going to have her 5 steals. I just don't understand why we're not betting on women's basketball.
It's coming. It's coming. I've got some things to talk about when it comes to basketball here, Tim.
All right. Well, Klecko
is just steaming out of his ears.
BYU.
We're wet, Klecks.
What?
I'll tell you a fucking pet peeve since you're fucking choking on fucking. So I had a little cheat day, right? I'm like I don't eat ice cream ever in front of my family because they think I'm healthy, right? So I'm like I had to sneak it. So I went and got it, and I hate when you get a fucking cone and you don't know. It's very subtle at the end. It's kind of cracked. You don't see it. It's missing the bottom half. It's missing the floor of the fucking cone. And they hand it to you. You don't realize it because it's wrapped in a little napkin. They hand it to you. And before like 3 minutes in, I looked down at my left sneaker and it was fucking filled with chocolate. And I'm like, how does this possibly happen? And sure enough, it's that hole at the bottom of a fucking ice cream cone. And I can't go back to them. I mean, that's not like you don't go back in there and say, hey, look what you've done to my shoes. But you got to live with that. That sucks. That's my biggest pet peeve, the cone. I guess that solution is to just eat it out of a dish like a 90-year-old.
You got to get the cone in the bowl.
Right, like the kids. Yeah.
Cone in the bowl.
You can't fuck that up too bad.
That's brilliant.
You've never heard of Cal, were you not allowed to have ice cream when you were a kid?
No, but I never made him have a cone, eat it over a bowl. You just get it. And you have it's like a race. You got to hurry up before it gets to the point where the bottom part's melted. I didn't even get to that point. I literally, my first 3 little ins, I couldn't even finish it. I threw it away. I was pissed. I threw the shoes away. And then I had to go buy the same shoes. So my wife would be like, "What happened to your shoes?" I had ice cream. I thought you don't eat ice cream. Well, I do. And now she's going to hear this podcast. And now I'm doubly fucked. Get rid of all this. Klecko, what's your pet peeves?
I don't even know if I should go. I can't measure up to these. Look, my pet peeve was very simple. It's this time of year, right after Halloween. Look, we only get a little bit of Christmas. Why are people so up in arms when the Christmas music starts now and everything? Like, I'm a huge fan of it. Let's let it roll.
I can't agree with that
Christmas
one.
is early.
You're a little Mariah Carey guy?
Hell yeah.
All I want for Christmas is you?
Yeah, but you want it's like being in the NFL. You want to hit your stride in playoff time. I don't want to lose all my Christmas spirit. I've only got so much Christmas spirit. I don't want to be screwed by the time the day goes around.
Too long. Like,
it was just Halloween, Plex.
Who loses Christmas spirit though?
If you start listening,
I walked into Dick's the other day, right after Halloween, to pick something up, and there it was, fucking, Bing Crosby or someone was singing a Christmas tune. I lit up immediately, started singing and walking around the store. How you doing? How you doing? Great to see you. I felt like $1 million. That's not going to go away for 2 months.
Okay, but what about in a week and a half when it's still not even fucking close and you're listening to the same Jingle Bell bullshit, and meanwhile your favorite radio stations that you listen to now just do Christmas music? That bothers me. That, in fact, I forget all that ice cream shit. That's my biggest pet peeve when my 70s station decides to start playing fucking Jingle Bells and every other Christmas song now until Christmas. That's torture.
Pet peeves right now.
Pardon?
Sounds like you guys just fucking hate Thanksgiving. Sorry.
I love Thanksgiving. Where's
the thankfulness? Where's the respect?
That's part of Christmas to me. Like, to me, Thanksgiving is an add-on. Like, is an add-on to Christmas.
See, it's an afterthought. It's an afterthought. It's like it's an appetizer for the main course. Come on,
Josh, you're Jewish. You just hate Christmas music.
There's nothing.
Fucking Hanukkah Harry. I can't wait to get my 8 fucking pairs of socks and 6 pairs of underwear and hey, go play with that, son. Fuck, Dad. Yeah, all right, thanks. Good looking out. All right, what do we got with the debate? The debate game's cool. We changed it a little bit, Gotti. We have some new rules, if you will.
Okay.
So producer Ryan's going to pick the topic. The topic today is what, producer Ryan?
The topic.
Alrighty
the topic today is going to be: is cheating in sports a big deal? Is it serious or is it not?
Yes, cheating in sports. Is it a big deal or is it not a big deal? So he's going to pick 2 people for it and 2 people that are against it, and the solo Joes are going to have to vote on who won.
It's 2v2 now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Team one,
co-debaters?
Yeah.
Josh? Do we want the next team 1 or do we want team 2? Oh, you know what? Father, son, let's do it. Josh and Cal.
Oh boy.
4?
Josh
is this
Cal
4?
Is going to be, we'll figure that out in a second. Against Klecko.
And Gotti.
It is Gotti. And Gotti. Okay. Josh and Cal, Klecko, Gotti.
All right. Flip the Budapest coin.
We got Budapest coin. We got the 1 temple, and we got the horse. All right,
horse.
All right, Klecko's on horse. It's temple. Yeah.
So
right.
Josh and Cal, you pick.
Josh?
All right, we're for it. We're for
So
cheating.
you're saying
The fuck?
cheating not a big deal.
Not a big fucking deal at all.
There we go. All right, you're up.
Cal, you want to lead the way? Because it's going to happen like this. You have 1 minute as to why it's not a big deal. They have 1 minute to why it is. Then it comes back to I'll finish up, clean up, and then someone from the other side will go clean up.
Cal's the king debater, dude. Let's go.
Please don't let me start this, please.
You got this, dude. You got this.
A minute's long, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's okay to cheat. It's fine. I don't care if you do steroids because you know what? You have a small window of time to play the game. If you're in the game and you got there because you juiced, who gives a shit? Same thing with actors and actresses. They win an Emmy and an Oscar. They don't get an asterisk because they took steroids for that role. Same thing. You're an entertainer. That's what you do. People bitching about what's going on in Michigan and changing the signs and stealing signs and hiring people to go change your signs around. It's not a big deal. It's actually, it should be looked upon as a good thing. You're going out of your way to get all the information possible. responsible. If you look at that as cheating, then guess what? That's on you. I know they have rules and they write the books and you're supposed to play within these guidelines and the spirit of it all, but I say fuck that. These are entertainers. You're the fans. You pay top dollars to see the best. And if that's your job, if you don't win, you get fired. You do whatever you can. You're not holding someone for hostage. It's not someone saying, listen, you hurt somebody there. No, you're gathering as much information, doing whatever it is you possibly can in the spirit of the game.
Wow.
Brilliant timing there.
I can't follow that great because I got to be honest, I don't feel as passionate on this side. But tell me when I'm ready. All right, you ready? So, Josh, I will counteract your point, and you say, "Hey, actresses and actors, they don't get, they get Oscars because they look great for their role. They took steroids." It's not the same in athletics, right? It's got to be a level playing field. If you're out there and you're taking HGH, you're taking steroids. And me on the other side, I'm just lifting, I'm eating right, I'm doing the right things. It's not a level playing field, right? It's just not. You're doing something to physically enhance yourself. Now, on the stealing signs and doing that kind of stuff, I don't have as much of beef with you. But when you talk about someone that is physically doing something that is enhancing your body, right? That you're taking an illegal drug to make yourself better than the competition, to me, I have a problem with that, right? I'm going out there, I'm doing things the right way, I'm doing things natural, I'm getting drug tested and I'm not failing those. To me, you're getting an unfair advantage. It's not the same as sign stealing and watching somebody on the sidelines.
Very nice.
Thank you, buddy.
I had to take a seat. I was getting a little tired.
Ready to go?
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Strong.
We'll start
Ready?
over.
So basically, I don't got much. Same race in a minute. Basically, all I would say about why you should be able to cheat is because, honestly, does the consumer at home give a fuck? No. Imagine watching a sport and they're completely juiced out and you're like, all right, it's fucking the Olympics. Let's see how high this fucker can really jump. That shit is more entertaining. That gets more views. Wow, he just hit 8 feet. No one's ever done that ever. This is headlines. Brings more buzz to the game. Honestly, gets new eyes to the game. Could get new people trying to do the game. Fighters. If all these guys are roided out, we're going to see shit we've never seen before. Absolute just death punches. And I just think it would make for way better TV. Sure, people's lives are probably going to go to shit. But from the entertainment field, I think cheating just magnifies the growth of. Wow.
Stop talking.
Thank you.
Steve, you better fucking destroy whatever that was.
I mean, I got that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's got
Am
it.
I up?
Oh, you're up, my friend.
Why don't we just bring concussions back too, Cal? Let's just hand them out,
Yeah.
If we're just going to have death punches and fights. But no, you got to have some kind of rules. If we have no rules, it's just going to be complete anarchy. You got to have some kind of competitive balance to the game. And let's think about the kids, right? We all have kids. We want to teach them to do things fair, do it the right way. If your kid was trying out for a team and they were sneaking some 13-year-old and 11-year-old tryout, you'd be pissed off, right? I mean, we all would. So you got to teach everyone to do it and try to work hard, do the things the right way. You can't just get away with cheating your whole life. You're going to get caught every once in a while. And is it worth it? It's selling your soul for $1, Josh. I'm looking at you.
I see you looking.
For a nickel, okay? Selling your soul just to win a few games. Let's all just play by the rules and may the best man win. I mean, that's just what sports is about, Going out there, competing, may the best man or woman, which we'll find out on ESPN, win. First.
First.
Judges,
Wow.
well done, Gotti.
Thank you.
All right, how do the judges working? How's
Yeah,
this
well,
working?
How did judges work? Well, fuck. Go to the scorecard. Look down.
10-9 round both times.
Oh, I know
Listen,
that.
as we all know, Cal gives a passionate speech, just a passionate speech. You gotta give you guys credit. You gotta bring morality into the picture,
Well,
100%. But honestly, I thought I saw more rigor, some more actual substance from Josh. Josh brought a lot to the table. Gotti came in strong there with the close. I thought Klecko, you were just defending. You were just rebutting the things from Josh. But at the end of the day, it is entertainment. It is you are entertainers. You're not Like, you could be juicing if you want to juice. I don't care if you don't want to juice.
Let him cheat.
I just want to watch football, you know?
And get paid handsomely for it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've always held the opinion, and maybe this is not going to be a judge, but I've always held the opinion that if you're getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars, you should be doing whatever it takes to provide the maximum entertainment for me.
But it's illegal.
Well, listen, I cheated on math tests in high school. That's not, you can't do that, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to get ahead. You got to get ahead, right? I think it's all about hustle. I mean, I'm gonna give it was a slide edge.
It's all about hustle and then go take steroids. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Some people just want it more.
Brock, save
Your
us.
debate's over, Klecko.
Okay, what are we basing as a judge? What am I basing this off of? The arguments or my actual take?
No,
Arguments.
you can't have an
All right.
opinion.
The argument.
Perfect.
Wait, what?
He can't. You know, if he brings his feelings
Yeah, I
into it,
agree.
he may be. Oh, I agree. I never liked
Then
cheating.
it doesn't
as
even
opposed to
matter
what he
debate.
heard.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So after the debate, I'm going to say Josh absolutely killed it. I thought the rebuttal by Klecko got me back on to the non-cheating side. Cal, of course, came in, got me back to the cheating side. And then I thought Gotti was going to bring me back, but he actually took me the other way because I think with his argument, I feel like
Brought
he
the
was
goddamn kids into it. God damn.
and it was
Kids all the time.
I honestly felt like he did not want to be on that side. I felt like
Cheap
he
shot.
wholeheartedly believed in cheating, and he was sarcastically had to bring up the kids because he knew that was his only battle. But in the back of his mind, if his 13-year-old kid could dominate against the 12-year-old kids in the neighborhood, he would sign him the fuck up for that.
I did say
Josh-
the edge of
Josh
the day.
Miller and Cal Miller, 2 votes. They automatically win.
Yeah,
The Miller
I think-
boys, the Jews are undefeated.
Yeah,
The Jews are undefeated.
the
We're
Jews
putting
support
up Christmas
cheating.
lights next week.
Oh, I'm wearing a Santa hat next week.
Well, if it's any consolation, Cal was baptized first communion. He's a church guy. He blew
Mazel
off my
tov.
religion.
Yeah, cheers.
No,
All right,
we still have the menorah. Doesn't always get lit, but we have it.
No, it holds up the fucking Christmas tree so it doesn't bend one way. It's literally a snapshot of my life. When the tree's uneven, we get the menorah, slide it under, and
That's
it's just
wrong.
literally. It's wrong, but it's
That's
true.
great.
All right, this is an interesting one, and Gotti, you brought it up. But Clay Travis, Ryan, do you have this clip of what his opening statement was? This is an interesting little
This is wild.
tidbit.
I've said this for a long time. It is 100% true. A good state championship caliber high school boys team would smoke the best team in the WNBA. Let me repeat that because it's true and it's important. A good state championship level boys high school team would absolutely smoke the WNBA champions.
All right, perfect. So with that being said, I mean, and that's that. I agree 1,000,000,000%. I mean, and again, it's no disrespect, right? And there's reasons for it, right? And I'll even say reasons that I don't even believe, but I'll throw it out there to make it sound better. You know, kids today, they're growing up a lot quicker. They're specializing in one sport. You know, the size difference. You win a state championship in New Jersey, California, Florida, anywhere. I don't care anywhere. It could be Alaska. Might be a close game, but you got guys that are 6'6", 6'8", 6'10", running, gunning. Physical strength, jumping, and speed. There's no way a women's basketball team, championship team, the WNBA, forget about college. There's UConn. You know, I'm sure that head coach will have something to say, but screw him. No disrespect. I just don't think it's possible, and it's not even an argument. I agree with that statement. Does anyone want to take any side to the women's side?
I'll just say one thing. I mean, Zion Williamson was in high school, what? That was like 6 or 7 years ago. He alone would have taken on 3 players from the WNBA team. Like, those guys are tossing off the backboard, giving themselves alley-oop dunks. The best teams in high school, I agree, they would crush them.
Yeah,
WNBA point guard is fucking 5'5". Like, this sport, dude is gonna just clamp. I mean, that's one. It's not even like.
Right, Josh, like you said, it's no disrespect. It's genetics, right? It's human nature. It's science. You know, it's just the fact that look, we had fun before. I talked about the girls. I wouldn't watch their sports. I'm just kidding, kind of. But you know, the fact of the matter
Better
is,
walk it back.
Yeah, I'm not really walking it back, but Men are just bigger, stronger, faster. There's no disrespect to that. I mean, look, I don't know Clay Travis, so I'm not hopping on his train. You know, that guy could be a nut for all I know. I really don't know. But it's just, I don't think there's any big mystery here. You know, I don't think that's an outlandish claim that he just made. I think that's pretty spot on.
He just picked the wrong sport. I mean, if you, I can say, you know, maybe golf.
There's literally
but I'm saying, but I'm just saying this happens to be a sport that it's really a no brainer. You can't make that argument.
What was it? The U.S. women's national team, the soccer team, they played the 15U boys in Houston and lost.
Right.
They lost. Right. Like, it's just science. It's just
I remember when I was at University of Arizona a long time ago, obviously, we had a bunch of just our football team, our guys. So we're talking about DBs. I mean, all these athletes, we ran with the U of A girls and we squashed them. And we don't play basketball. We're just athletes running and gunning and being faster and stronger and bullying. There's nothing they can do about that. It's just post up. Just post up.
Right.
You see these athletes, these guys that are 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", they run like deer. You get a girl who's 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", they're like giraffes. Yeah, it's no disrespect in comparison. You just can't do it. There's when I was in high school, I went against the Hurley brothers. So those guys. It was Hurley brothers, Luther Wright, that was 7'1", Skywalker, who was 6'8", I think went to Kentucky. I mean, it was just, they broke our backboard at halftime and left. I mean, they said, fuck you guys. I mean, it was unbelievable. So, I mean, to think that they can go against a state championship team, that's laughable. So, all right.
I like how we keep saying that with all due respect. I just watched Talladega Nights the other day when he's at that line, and I said, with all due respect.
I didn't know you had surgery and your balls removed. Whoa, I said with all due respect.
All right, so this is going to go quick because I had a debate with somebody about this one, and I'm sure you guys can have your thoughts. Who's the best college basketball, football combined right now?
Just school?
Not right now. Like who's the best? Who's the like Ohio State would be an example of obviously.
It's probably
Bama was good at basketball last year,
but Ohio State's usually up there too.
I don't know. You ever heard of them Kentucky Wildcats?
Right, Michigan.
Kentucky, absolutely.
Kentucky Wildcats ain't doing so bad.
No,
we're actually getting. We're going to get.
I went with Ohio State, but you're right. Bama's a good one.
Bama's a good one.
Yeah, but Ohio State's not a bad one.
Florida was back in the day.
Yeah, Florida was back in the day. TCU might have been decent recently.
Yeah.
All right.
TCU, yeah.
Texas.
Yeah. Again, like I said, that was just a quick little fucking, elevator fucking argument I had with some 80-year-old guy. But anyway,
all right,
let's move on.
See you later.
Just elbow him in the gut on the way out.
All right. Ryan Ludt, talk to us. Give us the 6 locks. Everyone's waiting. You're excited and giddy. Look at that smile.
Listen. Okay. So I'll say this. All right,
son. Well done.
Up until this moment, every show we've only talked about football, right? And it might shock you from my appearance, but I never played football. I was never never a player. I dabbled in basketball in church league up until about 6th grade, I think. I ended up playing golf and tennis, right? But there's one thing I've been working on for the last 4 or 5 years now. It's college basketball predictions, right? It's NCAA basketball, Division I, every single day, every single game. I make a prediction on it with this algorithm that I've been working on for 4 years. So, although we record the show on Tuesdays, we put it out on Thursdays, so I can't give you picks for college basketball right here on the show. But I will be making separate content for college basketball, and we'll be posting on our social medias. So you can look out for that. Basically, every single day, I mean, just to give you an idea, every season in college basketball, there's roughly, I think it's, I don't know, I think it's 2,600 games, roughly, I think. So that means there's 5,000 bets on spreads and over-unders. And if you bring in team totals, first halves, you got tens of thousands of opportunities to make money on every college basketball season. It's exciting. It's awesome. To be honest, I think it's easier to bet on college basketball than it is on the NFL. The NFL, as we all know, is very, very difficult. We got 3 Super Bowl champions on this team who can't pick worth shit on their own teams. With all due respect. But I will say this. I will continue to make picks on the NFL and on football. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they're going to be great. They have a decent chance of winning. I believe in them. I'll be putting my own money on them. So you can take them, you can fade them, do whatever you want. You guys heard about the CW Cats, right? Listen, it's been a while, but James Franklin really is. He's the only guy. He is the cat. We got Sean McVay and Kirk Ferentz are just literally it's like they just don't even care. I don't know if Sean cares about his kid. Kirk's going to get fired. I don't know what's going on there. But this week, the plays that I've chosen for football is going to be, I'm going to do it one last time. Do or die. The Rutgers, they beat Michigan State last week. I'm taking Iowa +1 against Rutgers. It's at home. It's going to be another do or die game for Kirk this week. I'm not going to play Penn State +4.5 versus Michigan. I took them against Ohio State. I learned my lesson. I'm just going to stay away from that game. I am going to take Alabama -10.5 against Kentucky. Listen, I watch our team every week. We're going to be at home, but Alabama's going to come in and bust our shit up. It's going to get rough. We shouldn't overthink this. We're going to lose by 2 scores at least. It's going to happen. So Alabama -10.5. We talked about it earlier. I mean, I think the Colts over the Patriots is a good play. Me and Brock were talking about it. I think that
someone else to win that game.
I mean, I don't love the idea of Bill Belichick getting fired over in Germany overseas. That's tough, but I think the Colts are going to win. So I like Jonathan Taylor. I like the way that they're playing right now. So I'll take the Colts -1.5. And then I like this. I mean, this is when I've always been kind of hesitant because Brock's a Steelers fan. He's obviously living in Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers this week -3 against the Packers. The Packers, they suck. I think that's Brock and I share that opinion. The Packers are just not good. Jordan Love.
Everybody shares that opinion.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I mean, I don't think you're going to make money betting on the Packers. So I like the Steelers this week. They're a scrappy team. They find a way to win. Steelers -3.
They're rested.
Yeah, and then the last one. I mean, we touched on it a little bit. I love the 49ers to beat the Jaguars. It's obviously going into Jacksonville, but they're coming off a bye week. I mean, they can't lose. I mean, this is one of those things that you probably won't bet on the 49ers again if they lose this game.
They're not going to lose 4 in a row.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you just kind of have to take this. Coming off the bye week, you take the better coach. Although it's kind of a toss up there, but 49ers -3. So to recap, though, we got Iowa +1, Alabama -10.5, Colts -1.5, Steelers -3, and 49ers -3. And honestly, I'm just sitting here looking at this sheet right now. This is the first time I have had 0 over-unders in football. I'm going with sides this week. All right. But honestly, just remember this. So I have a website up right now, and it's going to be behind a paywall soon. So I guess if you are listening to this right now, you can go to sharp-numbers.com. It's just so like there's a dash in between sharp and numbers. You can go to that website, and you will have a prediction on every single college basketball game every single day. It'll be free. Anybody can go to it for now. Check it out. And I guess quick note, lean towards the totals on there. The spreads are a little wonky at the beginning of the season usually.
Is it the sideways dash or the slanted dash?
The sideways dash. Sideways dash. The hyphen.
There we go.
What a word there. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I've been doing that since 2019 when I lived in Pittsburgh with Brock. Brock can probably remember this. I started out by doing it on paper. I would write down this formula, and I'd come up with a score for each game. And 4 years later, it's now official on a website. It's all automated. Keeps track of stats in the background. The lines are moving in real time. It updates, I think, every hour. I'm gonna end up adding a lot more features like NBA scores, player props, all this stuff. It's gonna be awesome. It's been like a 10-year idea in the making, and it's officially here. I'm calling it version 0.1. But yeah, I'm over here. You can see I'm sweating a little bit.
Good shit, Red Ryan.
This gets me going, boys. I'm telling you, I'm legitimately every single day. I'm gonna be looking at. Over the course of this season, I will probably have decided on like 30,000 bets.
WNBA?
I mean, listen, that's one. So the reason I'm excited about this more than anything is because in the past I've spent time every single day working on all this. Now it's like I don't do anything. I maybe spend a couple minutes checking things on the back end, right, every day. So now I've got time to add in other sports like NBA. I mean, college basketball for women's. I'm not lying. There is money to be made there. First half, first quarters. Team totals. There's a lot that goes into that. So this is the very, very, very beginning, and it will add. I mean, I'm coming after the big guys. You're going to remember the name Sharp Numbers. Just you heard that here first. All right.
I like the name.
Sharp Numbers. Yeah. Stay sharp.
Did you just black out?
I like it.
Oh yeah, we're fired up. I'm also fighting a cold here. I'm over here riding the Mucinex DM right now.
Well, I gotta get you some side cam.
All right, Cal. So listen, we you know, the big part of Cal, you were going to do a movie breakdown. I know a lot of people have been asking about that, but obviously it's on hold right now. You have other obligations going on. So
it's on ice.
So it's on ice. It'll be off ice soon. So just again, that update. You're living the life we all want to do right now. How's it going?
It's going good. You know, there's a lot of things that I probably shouldn't say, but
Awesome.
just the other night it was I have like a kind of a funny story. I never even really told you this, but it was me and my boy. We were leaving. We were going somewhere, and like in college town, they have like these scooters, and like you're left around. You have like a phone app, and you like scan it. I didn't have the app, and like it's not crazy to just hop on the back. So he's like, "Yo, let's go. It's kind of far. Let's go." And we were going to someone's house, so we're like, "Fuck it." And I hop on the back of the scooter. And me and him were just left this place. It's a little late at night. You know how it could be. And basically, fast forward like a second, and we're going full speed down a massive fucking hill. Basically, I just ate so much shit damn near in an intersection, and my hat is this way. My phone's over here. My wallet's over here. My shirt almost came off. I just had to run, grab it, and darted. And yeah, I wiped the fuck out.
What a week. What a week you had, buddy.
Yeah.
What a week. And then
Did that contribute towards you losing your car? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
what
I
it
have a
was.
few
It was like
marks
a
from that
concussion.
one.
All right, so
But,
we do have though. We do. What was the movie you're supposed to watch? Like when you come back, is it
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction
Fiction?
is next one.
It's been
Okay.
Pulp
That's-
Fiction for 8 weeks.
I almost
It's
don't want you
like-
to see that now, but you have to. It's a good one. It's
Yeah.
definitely a good one.
Hey,
all right, well, so we'll
wait.
hit that.
We should talk about the Planet of the Apes trailer came out. The classic.
And it looks incredible.
I'm telling you that, Cal. Hey, listen, I know it's going to be very difficult for you. But you got to wait for me, but we got to go hit that one together.
100%.
Look, I'm not saying they're not good movies. Like they're not entertaining and fun to watch, but like it just wouldn't happen. We just fucking blow them off the map. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, you can't
just
talk like
relax.
that. You just
You're
can't
fun.
talk.
Fine. What a
You're
downer.
fucking fun.
Yeah, what a dick. You lose a debate, now you're pissed.
Yeah. You two
Unbelievable.
idiots. Yeah.
Ryan, tell them where they can find us, my friend.
You can follow us at Untucked Show on Instagram, TikTok, X, formerly known as Twitter. You can also catch clips of the show on our YouTube channel at Untucked Show. New episodes will come out every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you get podcasts.
All right, I appreciate you guys checking in. Gentlemen, have a wonderful evening. All the best, and see you next week.
See you, buddy.
Cheers.
See you, fellas.